Hello besties, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Marvelous, and if you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you are new here, you are welcome. So today we are going to be recreating this dress. That's the inspiration on the left and this is the outcome on the right. Okay, if this is what you like to learn, kindly stick with me and let's get right into the video. Okay, for this project we're going to be making use of this Ankara print and this net. Okay, this is actually a chantilly net. So first of all, I'm going to be going ahead to draft our front part, and I've gone ahead to measure my chest line, my bust line, my under bust, and my half length. So now I'm going to be imputing my armhole curve, and I'm going to be getting the midpoint like we always do here on this channel. If you are following me here, you'll be familiar with this process. Okay, so just go ahead and create the armhole curve. Then from there, I'm going to also mark my shoulder slope and connect it to my shoulder. I'm taking 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'm going to be taking 3 inches, okay, for my neck width. Then neck depth, I'm going to be going down by 6.5 inches, and I'm going to connect it straight down all the way just as seen. So now I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple measurement all the way down, and I'm going to be drawing a straight line across just as seen. Then next off, I'm going to be taking basically be taking 1 inch measurements, okay, for my tightening. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 1 inch and I'm going to be connecting it like so, and I'm going to curve it from my bust line down to my under bust line. Okay, so just do yours just as seen. So for my shoulder, I'm going to be getting the midpoint, then I'm going to be drawing it and connecting it straight down just as seen. Okay, does just to give it that curvy look at the front, just like it is on the dress. Okay, I'm going to also connect it straight down like so. Then I'm going to be marking half an inch on this point, and I'm going to be connecting it. So that half an inch on my chest line, I'm also going to be connecting it to my curve for my top by the time I'm done curving it. Okay, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to be imputing all my measurements just like so, and I'm going to connect it by the time I'm done. So I'm going to be imputing my under bust measurement, then the 2 inch that I took out, I'm going to also be replacing it. I'll also do that for my half length as well. All right, I'm also going to be replacing the 2 inch after imputing my round waist circumference. Then I'm going to be connecting all the lines just as seen. Okay, so at this point I felt it was too sharp, so I had to just bring it down a little. Okay, so next now we are going to create the curve to separate our yoke. Okay, so just go ahead and use your free hand just like you see me do. You can also go ahead and use your curve rule. So go ahead and label this your front yoke. Okay, so that's basically it for this. Okay, I'm also going to be extending the dart to the yoke part. Okay, I'm going to be doing this later on for you to see. I was supposed to do it before cutting, so that's a mistake on my part. So just follow me on and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so at this point I'm going to be extending the half inch that I took on my chest line. I will extend it to the yoke just to give it that tightening, and I will draw a curve, a straight line, not so straight, and I'll draw it and cut it just as seen. Okay, so just go ahead and do yours just as you see me do. All right, so this is what it looks like. So for the back, I've gone ahead to draw the chest line, the bust point, and also my half length. So now I'm going to be including my darts. I'm actually going to be closing my darts for the back because I don't want a dart for the back. So I'm just going to impute it, then I'll close it later on just as seen. Okay, so at my bust point, you can see I went down by 1 inch before connecting it down to my half length. Okay, then the 1 inch that I took, I replaced it before drawing a straight line. So for the depth of my shoulder, my neckline for the back is 7 inches. I'll draw it straight down just as seen, then connect my shoulder and impute my backs, my yoke for the back just as seen. Okay, so just curve it just like I curved mine from my neck line depth just as seen, and connect your chest line. So now this is me closing down my dart just like I've done before in my previous video for my so yeah, this is me cutting out by the time I was done. So just go ahead and cut out. Okay, so for the back yoke, also go ahead and cut it out. Okay, just as seen. Okay, and this is what it should look like. Also, don't forget to label so you don't do mistake. So now we are going to be discussing how to fold our flare. So this is a 180-degree flare. Okay, so now our waistline we are working with is 35 inches. So I'm going to be adding 2 inches for stitching allowance, which will give us 37 inches. So now for radius, to calculate our 180-degree is our waist measurement divided by 3.142. So I'm going to divide my waist divided by 3.142, and it gave me approximately 12 inches. It gave me 11.7, but I rounded it up to 12 inches. So now for you to know what to fold for your flare, what we are going to do now is that we are going to now say our waist, that is our sleeve length, our gown length, that's the how long you want your flare to be. You're going to add 1 inches. Okay, so by the time I added 1 inches to mine, it was 28. So now I'm not going to add 28 plus my 12 inches radius, which gave me 40. So this 40, I'm going to be cutting it in 2 places. That's 40 for the back and for the front. Okay, for the back, I'm going to be adding extra 2 inches for zip. Okay, I hope you understand what I just did. If you didn't understand, you can just go back and watch. Okay, so this is me folding my fabric. This for the first part, this 40 inches, okay, that I cut out, and this is me measuring. So first of all, I'm going to be imputing my 12 inches, okay, for my waist bridges that we just calculated. Okay, I had to cut this on the front, on the floor, so you could see it very clearly. So go ahead and mark your waist circumference at this point, okay, just like you see me do, and connect it with a straight, with a curved line. Okay, then after that, from there, you're going to go down and also mark your length, that is the length of the flare, how long you want the flare to be. At this point, if you want it as a short flare, you can also do that at this point. Okay, so just go ahead and do as seen. So I'm going to be marking it all the way around, ensuring that I get an accurate curve, just like you see me do. At this point, just take your time, okay? You don't have to rush this process so as to enable you get a perfect result, okay? So after marking, I'm going to go ahead and cut out, okay? Just as seen. So at this point, if you've learned 1 or 2 from my channel, kindly hit the subscription button and also click on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new tutorial. Okay, so this is me cutting and also ensuring that I take out any excess. Okay, so I don't have excess by the time I'm sewing. All right, so just go ahead and ensure that your cutting is accurate. Okay, so go ahead and open it up. This is what it should look like. So for the back, I'm just going to be placing the front piece for the at the back. Then you can see that my extra inches that I left for my zipper allowance is there, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace out the back. So just go ahead and do so. So this is the essence of the 2 inches I added extra for the back. Okay, so go ahead and notch your zipper allowance, and also I'm going to go ahead and open up the back like so, because this dress is going to be having a pocket. So for the pockets, basically, I'm just going to be marking 7.5 by 7.5 inches, just like so. And I'll just go ahead and just curve it, okay? There's nothing really spectacular about this measurement, okay? So just go ahead and just cut out your pocket, just like so, okay? You can make yours smaller, like mine was a little bit big, okay? So just go ahead and cut out. So I'm going to be cutting 2 pieces for the pockets. So now we're going to go ahead and start sewing. I've gone ahead to cut out lining piece as well for my front and the back. I also went ahead to cut out wording as well for it, because I just want to give it, the front part, a little bit of structure, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and iron my wording to it, and I'll join it, okay? So just go ahead and do that. Don't forget to notch the place where you will start ironing your wording from, okay? So now I'm just going to be joining the front piece together, and I'm going to be also doing the same for the lining piece. So this is what it looks like by the time I'm done. So go ahead and iron your top together. So now what we are going to do is we are going to also join the back like so, okay? So just go ahead and join the back. So I've gone ahead to join the back to my front piece. That's because this will enable us to be able to fix our yoke perfectly. So at this point, get the midpoints by closing up just like so, and you are going to measure what you have there to the side, okay? Just as seen, measure what you have there to the side, and that's what we are going to use to measure to get your front yoke. So what I have by the side is 10 inches. So I went ahead to measure 10 times 3 inches just to be able to enable me get my gathers. That's 30 inches, okay? So for you to know the length of the yoke you should get, join your yoke together and measure the longest parts, just like you see me do. So mine was 13 inches, okay? So at least your yoke should be at least 14 inches, half 1 inches for joining, okay? You can see mine is exactly 14 inches, okay? You can go ahead and get a 1.5 yard of this if you want yours to be fuller. So at this point, we are going to now get the midpoint first of all. After getting the midpoint, go ahead and notch, because that's where we are going to start inserting our yoke, okay? So we are going to go ahead and join it this way first of all, from the center to the side, then from the side back to where your zipper is going to start, okay? So I'm just going to pin it down just for you to see what I mean, okay? You can just watch what I'm doing. So go ahead and pleat it just like so, from your center front to your side front. Then you bring the other side and start pleating again from that same point where you stopped to the other side, okay? By the time you're done, it should look like a sleeve, okay? So just go ahead and join it like so, okay? Go ahead and sew it down, and this is what it will look like. Okay, I'm done doing that for both sides. You can see how it came out. This is how yours should look like by the time you're done, okay? You can see how I joined it just like I said. So now I'm going to bring my lining piece and I'm going to use it to cover and close up, okay? So this is my lining piece. So now I'm going to use it to, I'm going to sew it at the point where I joined my yoke all the way to the end. Okay, I'm going to sew it and close up my top. And I'm also going to be closing the sides as well for this top, okay? Just as you see me stretch, all right? So this, by the time I was done, go ahead to iron Okay, I've also went ahead to join the sides. Okay, so for our gown, this we're going to now be marking 4 inches. This 4 inches is where we're going to start joining our pockets from. Okay, so now our pockets, you're just going to join it just like so. So join it to top part. Ensure that this part you are doing it on the wrong side. Okay, so just join the straight part first of all to one side of the flare and to the other side of the flare. All right, join it together and go to your sewing machine and stitch it straight down on both sides. Please ensure that this part you do it on the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, so just go ahead and join it in just like so. Okay, so by the time you finish joining it in, go ahead and open up and sew like so, curve it all the way down. So this is by the time I was done joining my pocket. So now I'm going to be joining the top parts to the flare parts. Okay, ensure that you also note the midpoint by the time you are joining as well. So this was when I was done joining the upper part and the down part together. So the next, now I'm going to go ahead and weave if you have a weaving machine. So now I'm going to go ahead and insert my zipper. Then the down part, I'm going to be hemming it with a bias tape, and that will basically be all for the dress. Okay, so this is what it looks like. All right, by the time I was done. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.